All right, this is problem 8-86. It says for each pair of numbers below, find a quadratic equation that has these numbers as solutions. Okay, so we've now gone over three methods. Sorry, this might be where your extra sheet of paper may come in handy, but we've talked about three methods. Okay, the first method is to turn into factors and multiply them together. Okay, our second method was to do the sums and products. And then the third method is working backwards. It doesn't matter which one you use, whatever you're comfortable with. We're going to start out here with letter A. I have 3/4 -5. Now notice these are just real numbers. Okay, so everything that we're doing above also works with real numbers. Now, if it's me, I might go ahead and just do my method number 1 with A. And here's why. Because if I say x equals 3/4, I don't like adding and multiplying with the fractions, right? So I'm going to go ahead and use this method number 1 for letter A, right? If I want to get rid of the 4, I can multiply both sides of this equation by 4. And I now have 4x is equal to 3. And then I'll just subtract my 3 to set it equal to 0. 4x minus 3 equals 0. And the x equals -5 is easier, right? We just do x plus 5 is equal to 0. So we can take these and put these together and say we're going to get our function from 4x minus 3 times the quantity of x plus 5. And that one you could probably even just do in your head. But if not, just go ahead and use your paper. So 4x times x would be 4x squared. We'd have plus 20x and then minus the 3x, that'd be plus 17x minus 15 equals 0. And for this one, you can go ahead and just leave your equations equal to 0. That's fine. You don't have to say they equal y. So there's our answer for letter A. For letter B, okay, I've got 3i and -3i. Well, I like this one because I can go through this one really quick. So I have 3i and I have x equals -3i. So for this one, maybe I would think about just using my method number 3, working backwards, because think about it. This is the same thing as x equals positive or -3i. I don't even have to worry about any real numbers. How do I get rid of my imaginary numbers? Well, I can take it and I can just square both sides, right? Because our imaginary numbers are already isolated by itself. Let's see what we get. X squared is equal to, whether it's positive or -3, right? When I multiply it together, I'm going to get 9. And then I have that I squared. So this is going to turn into a -9. So x squared is equal to -9. And then when I take it and I move my 9 over, my equation becomes x squared plus 9 equals 0. So that would be the function for B. Is that the only way to do it? No, it's not. But you just have to figure out which way you like to do it. And if you tried it a different way, or if you have a question about another method, please go ahead and ask, reach out to me. I'll be here to help. Letter C, we have 5 plus 2i and 5 minus 2i. Okay, so maybe this one I'll use my sums and products. So the sum of 5 plus 2i plus 5 minus 2i, well, I know my 2i's are canceled. My sum is going to be 10. The product, 5 plus 2i times 5 minus 2i, well, I know that 5 times 5 is going to give me 25. I know the two middle terms will cancel out, so then I'm just going to do 2i times -2i, which would be minus 4i squared, which would then become a plus 4. So I'm going to get 29. And then when I write this out, just remember, we're going to have our y equals x squared. or 0. It's up to you which one you write right here. And then our middle term is always going to be the opposite of the sum. So if I have a plus 10 up here, that means I'm going to do minus 10x down here. And then I will just add onto the end plus 29. And there is my answer. That's usually everybody's favorite method, but sometimes one of the other methods comes in handy as well. So let's do D. D, I have x equals -3 plus radical 2. And we have x equals -3 minus radical 2. So you can do this whichever way you want. I'm going to go ahead and just do the sums and products again because I'm almost out of room. So the sum of those two would be -6. And the product, -3 times -3 is 9. The middle two terms cancel. So I have minus radical 2 times radical 2 would be 2. So 9 minus 2 gives me 7. So my answer would be y, or 0, equals x squared. And then again, remember, I'm just trying to make sure I emphasize this. It's the opposite of the sum. So if I have the sum is -6, this would become plus 6x. And then we'd have plus 7 at the end. All right, if you have questions about any of these, please make sure you reach out. Thanks for watching.